You've probably seen it everywhere. Generative AI is just exploding, and a lot of creators are using it to build entire worlds from scratch. But it's really not as simple as typing one prompt and calling it a day. So today, we're going to dive into a pretty cool case study on how a new superhero was brought to life, and we'll look at the massive creative hurdles that they had to figure out along the way. All right, Section 1, a new AI-assisted hero. Now let's be super clear about something right up front. Our hero today, well, he existed in a story long before generative AI was even a thing. The AI didn't create the idea. It just dramatically changed the speed at which that idea could become visual. So let's meet him. The hero's name is Robojit. He's the main character in this whole science fiction universe called Robojit and the Sand Planet. But trying to bring any character to life, especially with AI, well, that comes with a huge fundamental challenge. And that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If you've ever messed around with these tools, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can get one absolutely amazing image, but trying to create a consistent character, someone who can star in a comic book or a movie, that's a whole different ballgame. Yep, Section 2, the AI consistency problem. It all boils down to that one word, consistency. It is the single biggest issue any creator working in this space is wrestling with, because without it, telling a story of any real length is, well, it's basically impossible. You know, there's actually a name for this in the industry. It's called visual continuity. Just think about your favorite movie or a comic book you love. The main character looks the same from the first shot to the last, right? It's that consistency that makes the world feel real and lets us actually connect with them.
And this slide really nails the difference. On one side, you've got traditional characters. They're consistent, they're recognizable. But then you look at what unaligned AI often spits out, you get this phenomenon called drift. The character's face changes shape, details on their costume will pop in and out of existence. The whole look is just unstable. And that drift, it just shatters the story's illusion.
So the big question is, how did the Robojit project actually solve this? Well, they did something really smart. They adapted a classic old-school industry technique for the age of AI. They decided to forge one single, definitive, canonical image. And this is so important. Before a single AI prompt was ever written, the human creative vision was totally clear. The creator defined Robojit as a 7-foot-tall synthetic humanoid with a graphite-colored body, glowing blue eyes, and a matte finish. See that really specific chest mark? That wasn't some happy accident from an AI. It was a deliberate human design choice. And here it is. This is the secret sauce. They used what's called a character lock sheet approach. In film and animation, this is totally standard. It's like a master blueprint that defines exactly how a character should look. But here, they repurposed it. It became a visual anchor, a North Star to feed the AI, giving it a rock-solid reference point for every single image it would make from then on. I love this quote because it gets right to the heart of it. Let's be really clear. The AI isn't the designer here. It's an incredibly powerful visualization tool. It's taking a concept that already existed, a human-defined character, and just helping give it a consistent form. The human creator is still firmly in the driver's seat.
Okay, so this canonical image is a brilliant idea, but it's not the whole story. It's actually just one critical piece of a much bigger puzzle, a carefully structured, human-led workflow.
So let's just walk through this production pipeline. Check out where it all begins. Step 1, a human-authored story. That's the bedrock. It's only after the world and characters are defined that AI even shows up, way down at Step 3, just for visual prototyping. That work then feeds into the lock sheets at Step 4, which then leads to developing an actual graphic novel. The takeaway is simple. The tech serves the story, not the other way around. Creating that one canonical image, that character lock, is the real turning point for a project like this. It's the moment the idea goes from just being an abstract concept in the creator's head to being a concrete, repeatable visual identity that you can actually build an entire franchise around. So, Section 5, the Robojit universe expands. With the main hero's look finally locked down, what does that make possible? Well, it opens the floodgates to consistently visualizing the entire Robojit and the Sand Planet universe. The real fun can begin. So what's next on the list? It's basically rinse and repeat. They're going to take this exact same process and apply it to the other main characters, Victorson, Ginny, and Donaldo. Once all their looks are locked in, the team can really start building out the graphic novel, testing the story's flow and making sure every character stays consistent from one panel to the next.
And that really leaves us with a huge, fascinating question to think about. By mixing classic, old-school industry discipline with this brand new tech, could this human-in-the-loop pipeline be the new blueprint for how independent creators can build massive, visually consistent story worlds all on their own? Makes you wonder, doesn't it?